All right, so today we're talking subguns. And you guys know that I'm a big fan of B&T and HK. Look, I get it. Those are not for everyone. Those are the creme de la creme. That is the premium subgun brands. If you're going to own something in 9mm, something in 45, or even something in 10 mil, you're going to want to buy a B&T. And if you're looking for nostalgia, you're going to want to buy an HK. I get it. They're not for everybody. That said, what can you buy that's going to be reliable and budget friendly? Well, up till now, you really only had one option. That was the CZ Scorpion. Now, though, Springfield has finally released something that really interests me. That is the Kuna. So, as you know, Springfield doesn't produce their own weapons in most cases. This is an HS Products gun. This gun has been used in law enforcement, I believe, down in South and Central America in .40 caliber. I may be completely wrong on this, but that's what I've been told. That said, there's a lot of content on YouTube about this firearm already. So, I'm deciding to give Springfield the benefit of the doubt and put some rounds to this thing. And I know you guys are wondering, why are we missing the muzzle device? Well, we had every intention of suppressing this, because that's where roller delayed guns shine. But, however, our good friend Ian decided to leave the fixed barrel spacer at home. So, that said, we're going to shoot it just like this. Maybe next time we'll bring it out and shoot it suppressed. I'm already more impressed with this gun than the Scorpion. The controls are more friendly, right? If you are used to an AR-15, you can get used to this really quick. And there's only really one other gun that competes at $1,000 or less, and that's the Strybog. And we're not talking about that. We won't even give it the time of day. I believe they're on Gen 3, and yeah, they've been nothing but a problem since release. So without further ado, we're gonna put some rounds through the Springfield Kuna. All right, so aesthetically, this gun isn't the most pleasing one on the market, but that doesn't matter for most price point options. Good guns aren't cheap, and cheap guns usually aren't good. So let's put rounds through this guy and give you our honest review of the Kuna. I can tell you right now that this gun is impressive for what it is. It's already smoother than the CZ Scorpion. Now, I've taken this gun apart before in the shop. It is a roller delayed system, but it's not as nice as the HK or the B&T. But what do you expect at the price point? That said, so far, it's nice. I don't think you're losing anything with this. Now, if I was to spend over $1,000, I'd buy a GHM-9. That's to be expected. But if I wanted to own an affordable option for a backpack gun, or just something that shoots 9mm and is suppressor ready, this is a viable option. If I have to say one con about this gun, the trigger is terrible. I mean, that's just kind of a common plague with subguns. Maybe I'm overthinking it. It is flat face, but I feel like it doesn't have a very tactile reset. One thing I can say is it's non-reciprocating, unlike the GHM. I do think that this gun was needed 10 years earlier. A lot of guys have already bought subguns. And if this was released the time that the Scorpion came out and the GHM, I will say that this would have probably been the most popular one just because of price point. The mags are cheap, the gun's affordable. It's a nice gun. This brace is terrible. but it gets the job done. What do you expect for $1,000? Really, like, you're buying a gun with ambi controls, a good grip, affordable mags. And one thing that I noticed about the magazines are they are metal feed lips. You don't get that on the GHM, you don't get that on the Scorpion, and that is something to consider, especially when you get into translucent polymer mags. We all know that feed lips can crack, and sometimes they're not very durable. So HS Products in Springfield has thought this out very, very well. The charging handle is quite large. It's non-reciprocating, but it does give you a great place to put your hand when you need to charge the weapon, plenty of space to grab it, but you really don't have to touch it. The bolt hold open and the bolt release is of good size. You can find it very easily. The mag release is to the safety selector feels natural. If Springfield has made anything that's a home run, it's this. Again, I'm gonna pass this off to Ian, let him put a few rounds through it, and just give you his opinion about the Kuna. As for me, so far, so good.
All right, I've never even touched this, besides just playing with it before we shoot it, but it really doesn't look all that bad. So we'll see. That's not bad. That's actually kind of pleasant. I definitely will say there's definitely not enough weight in the front for recoil mitigation, which, I mean, it is only 9mm, but it does have a pretty decent jump. I don't think the trigger's really that bad.
No, and it doesn't help that we took the muzzle device off of there to put a can on there. We had every intention to shoot that suppressed, didn't we, Ian?
I left it on my keyboard.
Shame. However, it is, in my opinion, a very viable option at $1,000. What do you think?
For what other options there are, yes. It's really, really pretty decent.
I mean, you could set that gun up under $2,500 with a really nice can. I'm talking sling, light, affordable red dot. I think you can get it done.
You get, what is it, M-lock on the sides?
Yeah.
And the bottom.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could turn this into a pretty decent truck gun, bag gun, pretty decent, you know, next to the bed gun. I really, if all I had was $1,000, I would consider it.
Yeah, storage in the grip. The grip is actually pretty nice.
This is I'd say the second thing from Springfield that I would possibly own, and the first one I really want to try the Hellion. I really
Okay.
do.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
It's cool. I like it.
So it's really not a bad gun for a price point, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
so
man.
You guys shoot it, it's not bad. So let's go with it. I'm just not used to shooting subs either, so it's kind of like. But for a bedtime gun or something to have in your truck, I mean, you can't beat that, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of like that Tommy Boy reference, right? Fat guy with a little coat,
Oh, yeah.
big dude with a small gun.
Big
So,
small gun. I like it, man. I appreciate it.
yeah, man. So this is Dex, and we brought him out to shoot with us. He's one of the customers and friends that comes through the shop. So, you know, he needed to sight in a rifle today. So why not just let him come out and hang out with us for the day and shoot the Kuna? The more feedback we can offer you guys, the better review it's going to be. So that said, I think this is a home run for Springfield. And that's not easy to say about Springfield, because Springfield Arms has historically made things like the XD and just done some really weird guns. And now with the Echelon, the Hellcat, and the Kuna, they're doing pretty well, man. I mean, not to mention the Saints never really took off, and they're okay at best. But this is probably the nicest thing outside of a handgun they've ever
I
made.
will say, I mean, like, I'm definitely a hater when it comes to them, and then this changed me for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, it's compact, it's light, it doesn't have that jank that the CZs kind of have to them. You know, it's a well-made gun.
It's a metal upper as well, so it's solid. So if you're not a fan of polymer, like on the Scorpion and all that, I will tell you that that is an improvement in every way. So if you're wanting something that is modern, that is new, and still affordable, you shouldn't overlook the Kuna. So yeah, so as always guys, go with God. I'm Mike, we're Rudy's Firearms, and we appreciate your support. So if you like our content, please subscribe and follow us here on YouTube for more. Later.